Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, where we uncover the hidden value behind everyday pocket change and dive deep into the world of rare coins, numismatics, and U.S. coinage history. In today's episode, we will explore the story of the 2011 Jefferson nickel minted at the Denver Mint, commonly referred to as the 2011 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. We will take you through its origin, the historical context behind the design, mintage figures, the factors that contribute to its rarity, and most importantly, its current market value as of 2025. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this video is packed with insight that could help you determine if your 2011 D Jefferson nickel is worth more than just 5 cents. Let's begin by exploring the historical significance of the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, while the reverse originally depicted his famous estate, Monticello. In 2004 and 2005, the United States Mint introduced the Westward Journey nickel series to commemorate the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. In 2006, the current modern design was introduced with a forward-facing Jefferson portrait on the obverse, sculpted by artist Jamie Franke. The reverse design reverted to a more detailed depiction of Monticello, created by artist Donna Weaver and sculpted by John Mercantile. By 2011, this updated version of the Jefferson nickel was well into circulation. Yet, some examples from this particular year have gained the attention of collectors due to certain features and market trends. The 2011 Jefferson nickel was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Denver Mint coins bear the D Mint mark, typically located to the right of Jefferson's bust. According to U.S. Mint records, over 462 million Jefferson nickels were produced at the Denver Mint in 2011. On paper, this may suggest that the coin is fairly common, and indeed, for circulated examples, that is mostly true. However, the story does not end there. What makes certain 2011 D Jefferson nickels valuable comes down to a combination of condition, strike quality, and error varieties, which we will now examine more closely. While the vast majority of 2011 D nickels are common in circulated condition, a number of rare varieties and errors have been reported by collectors and numismatists over the years. Some of the most sought after include double die errors. These coins exhibit slight doubling on Jefferson's I, the lettering, or the Monticello design. Although not as pronounced as the famous 1955 Lincoln cent double die, they are still desirable among error collectors. Off-center strikes, coins that were struck off-center by even 10 to 30% can carry a significant premium depending on how much of the design is missing and how well centered the mint mark remains. Clipped planchets, these occur when the blank metal disc used for striking is not fully cut, leaving a curved clip on the edge of the coin. High-grade full-step specimens. Coins with extremely sharp detail on the Monticello steps, showing 5 or 6 full steps, can command strong prices, especially when certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. The Sheldon scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, and collectors will pay exponentially more for coins in the upper range of that scale. For the 2011 D Jefferson nickel, coins graded MS65 and above begin to carry collector premiums. Coins graded MS67 with full steps are considered highly desirable, especially those with lustrous surfaces and clean fields. These are typically found in uncirculated rolls or mint sets. As of 2025, a 2011 D nickel in average circulated condition is still worth face value, 5 cents. However, a certified MS67 full steps example can fetch anywhere from $75 to $200, depending on market demand and auction dynamics. Let's now take a closer look at the current market conditions as of 2025. With inflation impacting both fiat currency and collectible markets, coin collecting remains a strong hedge for many enthusiasts and investors alike. On major auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections, we've seen 2011 D Jefferson nickels in pristine condition selling for Around $15 to $30 for MS-65 graded coins, between $50 and $100 for MS-66 graded coins with full steps, and upwards of $150 to $200 or more for top population MS-67 full step specimens. It's important to remember that the value of coins fluctuates based on rarity, demand, and the number of examples available on the market. Coin certification from PCGS or NGC often boosts credibility and marketability, particularly when selling online or at coin shows. If you're hoping to find a valuable 2011 Jefferson nickel, here are a few tips. Inspect rolls and bags of nickels from banks or coin shops. Unsearched rolls are your best shot at finding high-grade or error specimens. Use a 10x magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the steps of Monticello for the full steps designation. Look for strong luster, minimal contact marks, and sharp details, especially on Jefferson's cheekbone and the steps. Consider submitting promising finds to grading services for authentication and encapsulation. Follow price guides and auction results regularly to stay up to date on what collectors are currently paying. While the 2011 Jefferson nickel may seem ordinary at first glance, certain examples are far from common. Whether due to minting errors, outstanding preservation, or full steps detail, these coins have carved out a niche in the numismatic world. So next time you come across a nickel in your pocket change, take a closer look, because it just might be worth a whole lot more than 5 cents. This video will give you an in-depth look at the 2018 Jefferson nickel with the Philadelphia Mint mark, or the 2018 P nickel. We'll discuss its historical context, the reasons behind its growing popularity, how rare it really is, and most importantly, its current value and market trends as of 2025. So if you own one of these nickels, or you're just curious about modern coins that might be worth more than face value, make sure to watch until the very end. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American pocket change since it was first introduced in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the original design featured a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The series went through a design revision in 2004 and 2005 with the Westward Journey series, and then again in 2006 when the Mint adopted a forward-facing portrait of Jefferson, an image created by sculptor Jamie Franke. The 2018 Jefferson nickel continued with this modern design. It features a bold, detailed forward-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse, paired with the classic Monticello building on the reverse. The coin's composition remains standard for modern nickels, 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a diameter of 21.2 mm and a weight of 5 grams. So what's the big deal about the 2018 P nickel? To the untrained eye, it may seem like just another nickel in circulation. But in the world of coin collecting, subtle differences, die varieties, mint errors, and low population in high-grade conditions can make all the difference. The 2018 Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities. Over 720 million coins came out of the Philadelphia Mint that year. On the surface, that would suggest it's a common coin. But as with many modern issues, the value is not just in how many were made, it's in how many survived in pristine condition or have unique characteristics. One key factor that can drive up the value of your 2018 P nickel is the presence of mint errors or die varieties. Some examples include off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned during minting, double dies, where a duplication of the design can be seen, particularly on the date or lettering, die cracks, cuds, or clashed dies, which can all make your nickel unique and more desirable to error collectors. High-grade examples with these errors have been known to sell for significant premiums, sometimes fetching between $50 to several $100 depending on the severity and rarity of the error. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS-65 and above, meaning mint state, with minimal contact marks, can command a respectable value even for modern coins like the 2018 P nickel. According to current population reports from grading services such as PCGS and NGC, relatively few 2018 P nickels have been graded at MS-67 or higher. This scarcity in top condition creates collector demand and increases value. As of mid-2025, a 2018 P Jefferson nickel graded MS-67 by a reputable grading service has been seen selling for anywhere from $40 to $125, depending on eye appeal, luster, and market demand. MS-68 examples, although extremely rare, have sold for over $300. So where does the 2018 P nickel stand in today's coin market? As of 2025, the coin collecting hobby is seeing a resurgence. More people are turning to physical collectibles for both enjoyment and investment. This renewed interest in modern U.S. coinage has had a positive impact on values. Online auction platforms like eBay, Great Collections, and Heritage Auctions have shown increased activity for high-grade and error varieties of modern nickels. Collectors are especially drawn to certified coins with unique features or low census numbers. Circulated 2018 P nickels, without any errors or grading, generally hold face value. However, rolls of uncirculated 2018 P nickels can sell for modest premiums, typically $3 to $6 per roll, due to their appeal for searching and coin roll hunting. If you're holding on to 2018 P Jefferson nickels, or considering purchasing some for your collection, here are a few professional tips. Inspect your coins carefully. Look for doubling, misalignments, or die cracks. Use magnification tools. A jeweler's loupe or microscope can help spot varieties that the naked eye may miss. Submit high-grade candidates for professional grading. The upfront cost may pay off significantly if your coin grades MS-67 or higher. Store your coins properly. Keep them in 2x2 holders, flips, or certified slabs to preserve their condition. Follow auction sites and forums. Keeping up with market trends will help you make informed decisions about when to buy or sell. To sum it up, while the 2018 P Jefferson nickel may appear ordinary, it holds significant potential for collectors who know what to look for. Whether you're drawn to mint errors, high-grade specimens, or are just beginning your numismatic journey, this coin is a great example of how modern change can hold hidden value. In 2025, the demand for modern U.S. coinage is stronger than ever, and coins like the 2018 P nickel are proving that even recent issues can be worth more than their face value under the right conditions. The 2019 P Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin that, in certain cases, is far more valuable than you might expect. We'll be exploring its historical background, minting details, rarity factors, and how much it's worth today in 2025. So grab your magnifier and let's get into the details of this modern collectible. The Jefferson nickel has been a mainstay of American coinage since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Named after President Thomas Jefferson, the design features his left-facing portrait on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. Fast forward to 2019. This year marked the 81st year of the Jefferson nickel series. By this point, the design by Felix Schlag had undergone several modernizations, but the essential character of the coin remained intact. In 2019, 3 mints produced the Jefferson nickel: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Today's focus is on the coin bearing the P mint mark, produced at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins were struck for general circulation, but as with many modern coins, some exceptional examples were preserved in pristine condition, making them highly desirable among collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 690 million Jefferson nickels in 2019. At first glance, that number may seem high, and it is. However, in the world of numismatics, value isn't always determined by how many coins were made, it's about how many survive in exceptional condition. Along with varieties, errors, and demand from collectors, the majority of these nickels were struck for circulation and suffered the usual wear and tear. But a small percentage, particularly those preserved in uncirculated rolls or mint sets, have maintained superb surfaces and sharp details. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC often form the foundation of the high-value end of the market. Now, let's talk about what really excites collectors: error coins and die varieties. Some 2019 P Jefferson nickels have been discovered with notable die cracks, die chips, and off-center strikes. While these may not always bring thousands of dollars, they often trade for $10, $50, or even more depending on the severity and visibility of the error. The most valuable are often full-step nickels. The term full steps refers to the sharply struck steps on Monticello's facade. To qualify as a full-step coin, a Jefferson nickel must display 5 or 6 full steps without interruption. This level of detail indicates a superior strike and significantly increases the coin's desirability. In MS67 or higher with full steps, even a common date nickel like the 2019 P can fetch a surprising premium. So, how much is your 2019 P Jefferson nickel worth today in 2025, in circulated condition? The coin is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. In uncirculated condition without full steps, values range from 50 cents to $2 depending on the quality. A coin graded MS65 to MS66 by a third-party grading service can sell for between $5 and $20. If you're lucky enough to find a MS67 full steps coin, the value can rise significantly, sometimes reaching $100 or more at auction. Rare die varieties or certified errors can exceed $200 to $500, especially if they're dramatic or uncommon. Collectors in 2025 are becoming increasingly interested in modern coins with high-grade certifications and documented varieties. As a result, coins like the 2019 P Jefferson nickel, once overlooked, are gaining attention. Why are modern nickels becoming more collectible? For one, the United States Mint has shifted its focus toward innovation and circulating coin redesigns. This has caused some collectors to revisit classic modern issues from the past 10 to 15 years. Additionally, the rise of online auction platforms has given greater visibility to minor varieties and niche collectibles. The 2019 P Jefferson nickel is a good example of a coin that benefits from a growing collector base, relatively low-cost entry point, and the possibility of high-grade or error finds. If you're searching through bank rolls or buying mint sets, keep an eye out for pristine examples with full steps, unusual features, or striking anomalies. Looking ahead, the value of these coins may continue to appreciate, particularly if demand for modern nickels remains strong and high-grade populations stay low. So, is the 2019 P Jefferson nickel a coin worth keeping? Absolutely. Especially if you can find one in uncirculated condition, or better yet, with full steps or a rare error. While most will remain common, standout examples have already proven to be worth 20 to 100 times their face value, and that's likely to increase with time. If you found one in your change or have a few in storage, it's worth examining them closely. A small investment in magnification or grading might just reveal a hidden gem in your collection. We're taking a closer look at a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but under the right circumstances, can be worth far more than face value. The 1993 no-mint mark United States Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone who just stumbled upon an old penny in a drawer, this video will explore the rich history, surprising rarity, and market value of this intriguing coin in the year 2025. Let's begin with the basics. The 1993 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1993, the coin had already undergone significant transformations, particularly with its composition. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from using mostly copper to a copper-plated zinc core due to rising copper costs. That means that by the time the 1993 version was produced, it was made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, a detail that has implications for both weight and appearance. Now, when we say, no mint mark, we are referring to coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not place a mint mark on 1-cent coins. So, the absence of a mint mark on your 1993 penny is completely standard. However, certain errors, conditions, and die varieties can set some examples apart, elevating their value in a big way. On the obverse, or front of the coin, you'll find the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has remained remarkably consistent for over a century. The year 1993 is stamped just below the "In God We Trust" motto, and to the right of Lincoln's profile. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands as a symbol of national pride, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny seated statue of Lincoln between the columns, a fine detail often overlooked. So, what makes a 1993 no-mint mark penny valuable? First and foremost, it comes down to condition. Coins in poor or average circulated condition typically hold no premium, they're worth just 1 cent. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, values can rise significantly. Graded examples in MS 65 or higher, as certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, are where real interest begins. In 2025, a high-grade example of a 1993 Lincoln penny in MS 66 red can command between $10 and $25, depending on market demand and population reports. The brightest, most well-struck coins, especially those designated full red with no signs of brown or toning, are the most desirable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the real wild cards, errors and varieties. While the 1993 no-mint mark penny isn't known for an abundance of rare die errors, a few types can increase the coin's value dramatically. Be on the lookout for double die obverse, where elements like the date or lettering appear double due to misalignment during striking. Off-center strikes, coins that are not properly centered, with part of the design missing, die cracks or cuds, visible raised lines or blobs where the die has failed, struck through grease, where debris on the die causes parts of the design to appear missing. If you come across one of these errors, especially in high grade, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Let's take a look at recent market activity in 2025. In early spring of this year, a 1993 Lincoln cent graded MS 67 red by PCGS sold at auction for $175 due to its exceptional strike and color. A confirmed double die example in -58 Australian dollars condition traded hands for over $600. While these sales are rare, they show that demand remains strong for pristine and error variety coins from this year. Coin shows, online marketplaces, and numismatic auctions continue to spotlight high-grade 1993 pennies as budget-friendly yet collectible items. So, should you hold on to your 1993 Lincoln pennies? If you have a circulated example with heavy wear, it's best considered face value. But if you believe your coin might be in mint condition, or if it shows any signs of doubling or unusual striking features, it's definitely worth a closer look, preferably under a 10x magnifier or with the help of a coin dealer or third-party grading service. Even a common coin can become a prized piece if preserved well. To wrap things up, the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln cent may not be rare in sheer numbers, with over 5.6 billion minted, but its value lies in condition, grade, and potential errors. In 2025, the collector's market remains vibrant, and coins like this continue to generate attention from hobbyists and investors alike. So the next time you're going through your pocket change, remember, even the most ordinary-looking coin could hold extraordinary value. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn more about hidden treasures in everyday coins, make sure to like the 1995 no-mint mark United States Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. While it might look like just another coin in your change jar, the 1995 Lincoln cent can hold remarkable value in the world of coin collecting, depending on a few important factors. Stick with us as we explore its production history, design legacy, notable errors, rarity status, and current market trends in 2025. The Lincoln cent has a rich and enduring history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse originally displayed two wheat stalks framing the denomination and country of origin. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent underwent multiple changes. In 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design, crafted by Frank Gasparo, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. This memorial reverse was used from 1959 until 2008. The coin we're discussing today, minted in 1995, falls under this era and features the memorial reverse on the back. In 1995, these pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark on circulating cents. Therefore, when you see a 1995 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, it is a normal issue from the Philadelphia facility. The 1995 Lincoln cent was not a low mintage coin. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering number of them, over 6.4 billion from the Philadelphia Mint alone. This means that the vast majority of 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln cents in circulation today are common. However, not all are created equal, and therein lies the opportunity for collectors and savvy numismatists. Though common in circulated condition, select coins from this mintage have drawn special attention due to their condition, rarity of certain errors, and their historical relevance. The most famous variety of the 1995 Lincoln penny is the 1995 double die obverse, often abbreviated as DDO. This dramatic and highly collectible error features a noticeable doubling on the obverse, particularly visible in the inscriptions, Liberty and, In God We Trust, as well as on the date itself. This doubling occurred during the hubbing process when the die received a misaligned second strike from the master hub, creating a doubled appearance. What sets the 1995 DDO apart is its clarity and widespread recognition. It is considered one of the most accessible double dies for collectors due to its strong definition and the relatively large number of examples found in circulation. However, that availability is also what keeps the value more stable compared to more obscure varieties. It's important to note that many coins may show signs of machine doubling or wear, but true double die coins are sharply defined and easily confirmed through magnification. As of 2025, the numismatic market for the 1995 Lincoln cent remains robust, driven by collector interest in modern varieties and error coins. Here's how the values typically break down. A standard 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln cent in circulated condition is generally worth its face value, 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, particularly MS 65 and above, these coins can fetch between 25 cents and $2. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC in mint state 67 or better may be worth $15 to $50, depending on luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. The real prize lies in the 1995 double die obverse variety. In circulated condition, a verified 1995 DDO penny is valued between $20 and $50. In uncirculated grades, prices can rise significantly. MS 65 examples average around $80 to $120. In premium grades such as MS 67 or MS 68 red, auction results in 2025 show values ranging from $400 to as high as $1,500, depending on market demand and population reports. Coins graded red or RD retain their original bright copper color and are far more desirable than brown, BN, or red-brown, RB, examples. To determine if your 1995 penny is valuable, you'll want to check a few things. Check for doubling on the obverse. Use a 10x magnifying glass or a microscope to examine the letters and numbers. Evaluate the coin's color. Red coins are more valuable than brown or red-brown. Look for signs of wear. Circulated coins with scratches, dings, or discoloration have less numismatic value. Consider professional grading. If you believe you have a high-quality or double-die penny, submitting it to PCGS or NGC can maximize its market potential and give it authentication and credibility. In recent years, modern U.S. coin varieties have become increasingly popular among both beginning collectors and serious investors. The 1995 double die Lincoln cent represents a unique entry point for those looking to collect error coins without breaking the bank. It also appeals to the nostalgia of 90s era collectors and those interested in coins that are still obtainable from circulation, a rarity in the numismatic world. With continued demand and growing interest in educational collecting, prices for premium specimens have held steady and even appreciated over time. So, what does all this mean for you? If you have a 1995 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, chances are it's worth 1 cent, unless it is in exceptional condition or has that famous double die obverse. If you believe you found one, take the time to examine it carefully, do your research, and consider having it graded. You could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or looking to expand with valuable modern varieties, the 1995 Lincoln cent is a coin worth paying attention to. It's a reminder that sometimes, extraordinary treasures are hidden in plain sight. The 1997 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the 1997 D Lincoln penny. While many of us may see pennies as just loose change, some coins in this series can hold surprising value. So let's explore the historical context, the minting details, the rarity factors, and the potential market value of this coin in 2025. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, has been a staple of American coinage for well over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally commemorated the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and has remained a constant in circulation ever since. Over time, the coin has seen several design changes and compositional adjustments, but it continues to feature the iconic image of the 16th President of the United States. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d mint mark located just below the year on the obverse side of the coin. In that year, the Denver Mint produced over 4.6 billion Lincoln cents. That high mintage figure might suggest that this is a common, low-value coin. However, as we will soon uncover, not all 1997 D pennies are created equal. To understand the potential value and rarity, it's important to first recognize the characteristics of a standard 1997 D penny. Like all Lincoln cents minted between 1982 and 2008, the coin is composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. Its diameter is 19 millimeters, and it weighs approximately 2.5 grams. The obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse design, used from 1959 to 2008, shows the Lincoln Memorial and was created by Frank Gasparo. As mentioned earlier, billions of these coins were minted, making the standard issue extremely common and still readily available in circulation today. However, collectors and dealers pay special attention to coins in uncirculated condition or those struck with errors, as these can significantly increase a coin's value. Let's first consider condition. A circulated 1997 D penny typically holds no premium over face value unless it is in exceptional condition. Coins graded mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command a modest premium. A coin in MS65 condition, which means it has no wear and only minor imperfections visible under magnification, may be worth between $1 and $3. If the coin is graded even higher, MS67 or MS68, then the value rises dramatically due to the rarity of such high-grade examples. In fact, as of 2025, auction records show that 1997 D Lincoln cents in top grades have fetched between $50 and several $100s, especially when they exhibit strong strikes, brilliant luster, and virtually no contact marks. The population of coins in MS68 is extremely limited, making these specimens particularly attractive to registry set collectors. Some of the most sought-after 1997 D Lincoln pennies are those with striking errors. These include off-center strikes, die clashes, double dies, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a 1997 D penny that shows a strong double die on either the obverse or reverse could be worth upwards of $50 to $100 or more, depending on the strength and clarity of the doubling. A dramatic off-center strike can also command strong prices, often ranging from $25 to $200, depending on how severe the error is and how well the date is still visible. There have also been reported examples of 1997 D cents struck on foreign planchets, such as dimes or experimental stock, which are extremely rare and could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right buyer. As we step into 2025, the market for modern coinage, particularly error coins and high-grade examples, continues to strengthen. This is in part due to increasing interest from younger collectors and online marketplaces making rare finds more visible and accessible. Social media platforms and dedicated numismatic forums have also helped spotlight coins like the 1997 D penny, drawing attention to examples that may have gone unnoticed in previous decades. First, examine the coin's surface under good lighting or magnification. Look for any signs of doubling, off-center alignment, or unusual markings that might indicate a minting error. Second, evaluate its overall condition. Sharp details, luster, and absence of nicks or scratches are key indicators of a high-grade coin. And third, consider getting the coin graded professionally if you believe it could fall within the MS66 to MS68 range, as certification greatly enhances credibility and resale potential. In conclusion, while most 1997 D Lincoln cents in circulation today are worth only their face value, select examples can be surprisingly valuable. Whether due to minting errors, exceptional condition, or rare anomalies, some of these coins are indeed worth a closer look. If you're a casual collector, a metal detector enthusiast, or simply someone who checks their pocket change with curiosity, the 1997 penny is a perfect example of why numismatics remains such a fascinating and rewarding hobby. Thanks for joining us on this detailed look into the 1997 Lincoln cent. If you found this video helpful, informative, or just plain interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into coin history and values, and leave a comment below sharing any treasures you found in your own collection. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep checking your change. You never know what piece of history might be hiding in your pocket.